Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming Abv Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The Abv Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, a.k.a. the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about what we would do with our distillery in Key West. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Stacey Spears and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So, yeah, it should be a fun show. Today, we're going to be talking about Key West. We're getting ready to go down there, and we're going to put together our plans to open a distillery. It's going to be a joint effort between everyone that's going. By the way, Stacey, why are you not going to that?
I don't know. It's hard to get off work.
I see it on all kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter. One day you're in Cincinnati, then you're somewhere else in Kentucky, then you're in New York City. I mean,
Those are weekend trips.
Yeah.
Talk to my employees. They get off of work all the time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there you go, Stacey.
Right now, what's going on?
You should work for Lenny. Clearly, yeah. He had one guy at one point tell Lenny, "I've counted all the extra hours I worked this year, and what was it in October? He shut down for the year. He was like, I've already put in my time this year."
Yeah, he worked all his hours for the year, and then he was.
And Lenny was kind of okay with it. He didn't.
He wasn't wrong. I was like, shit. How did I let that?
The guy literally kept track of it and said, "Okay, it's October, and I am done."
Ridiculous. I mean, I know.
Yeah, that's good. Lenny's good to work for. My dream in life is to go to work for Lenny, and yeah, and not really work then, of course. I mean, no one else is, so why should I? Why should I hustle? So, yeah, but before we get to our topic of the day, which we'll talk to Stacey more about why she's not going to be there after the break. For right now, Beka, you said there's something you wanted to talk about. What is that?
I wanted to ask if anyone came very close to a disaster in their home, like you almost broke something, but then you didn't. Like it can't, or something really bad almost happened in your house, and then it didn't. Something happened to me today that I about had a heart attack about, but I stopped it.
But you stopped it.
Thank God.
What
I
happened?
want to see what you guys got. If you guys got anything say, I can talk about mine first, if anyone has to think about it. So we don't have countertops yet. We just don't have countertops yet. Right now on the island, we've got a piece of plywood down, and I have my dishwasher is set, and it's between the cabinets, but there's not a top yet to it. And I've been using it like this for 6-7 months. Nothing bad has ever happened. Today, I was loading up the dishwasher. I was putting more things in there, and I was not thinking about the fact that there's nothing to hold it back. Let's say if everything on the top row and the bottom row is completely full and they're both pulled out, nothing's going to stop it from flipping over. And so my dishwasher fucking started going over today. And it was going over and I heard it start to go, and I ran and I put my arm out and I caught it and I threw it back, but everything was still out. And so it was still trying to fall, and there's things falling out of it and glasses breaking. And I'm just trying to prevent it from completely falling onto the ground, our brand new dishwasher that I definitely should have thought about that with. But it was completely full of, all the dishware. And so it just would have been I mean, I know that's not the biggest catastrophe that you could have happen to your house, but it scared the shit out of me today because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to break our new dishwasher. All these dishes are going to be destroyed. This is going to be a massive mess. I'm going to have to fucking hand wash dishes.
Oh. I'm sure Royce wouldn't have said a word. He'd have been fine. He wouldn't have said a word about it.
And so all this stuff is going through my brain while it's tipping, and I'm trying in
slow motion. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to push everything back in, and since it was falling, the rack, or it pretty much fallen, and I shoved it back. One of the racks was like falling off, and so I'm trying to push it ahead and trying to put the shelf back in, or the roller drawer or whatever back into it, and but I'm not saying anything. Royce is laying on the couch, heard the clunk, and heard me go, oh fuck. But I wasn't going, help! I come over and help. I was just going, oh God damn it. And I wasn't asking for any assistance or anything. I don't know why I didn't.
Right.
It was just me trying to avoid, and then it was almost like me trying to catch everything. The dishwasher was falling on me. So like I said, that's not the biggest thing that could happen, but that was something that scared the shit out of me today that I avoided somehow, that if I would have been just a second later, it would not have been avoided.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest near disaster at the house was I almost killed myself once. So I famously crashed through the ceiling and ripped open about, I don't know, a 16-inch gash in my leg, and it butterflied open, and I could see my femoral artery pumping. And they said, you just came so close to hitting that. If you nick that thing, you got 10 minutes. And of course, 10 minutes is of life. There's a lot of other bad shit. You could lose you could live, but lose your leg. There's a lot of, if I'd hit that, there would have been some terrible stuff that potentially could have happened. So, that was as close of a disaster as you can get without getting a disaster. It was still pretty bad. I had to have an operation.
That's a good, pretty close disaster of you could have died.
Right.
I wasn't going to die today from my dishwasher flipping over, but
yeah, it was close.
Probably would have crushed my toes at least.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
So I was organizing the attic, and I have plywood down on just part of the attic. So you can take things upstairs. And I decided I'm running out of space up there. I really need to maximize it. So I started pushing, getting things and stacking them up in the very corner. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to stack it to this corner. And I don't think, for some reason, for a brief second, I step off the thing because I'm going to pull all the stuff to that side. And of course, then I'm just standing on sheetrock, and I go crashing through. I grabbed instinctively. I grabbed a rafter, which was a good move, meaning I would not crash to the floor. But what happened was that caused me to then, my inertia caused me then to, as I caught that, I swung forward like Tarzan. I swing forward, and my knee crashed through a fish tank, which is thick glass, crashed through a fish tank, which I had on top of a shelf on top of the workbench. So my knee crashed through there, and that's what cut me, was the thing. And then I let myself go, and that's what happened. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Well, not fun. No, that was not a good time. So, yeah. Stacey, any not necessarily physical things that have happened to you, but maybe like Beka, just an accident at the house, something that almost was disastrous, but kind of averted?
Not really. I mean, we've just had, my daughter's kind of destructive. So she's taken out the back screen door, and then our front door is it has all the glass panels in it.
Yeah.
And so far she's broken 2 panels in that door since we've been here. But
how'd she do that? Throwing stuff like a ball or something?
Well, yeah, the back door, she got mad at her brother and she threw something at him, and he was in front of the door, and so she missed him, and it went through the screen door. And then
so who handles this then? Do you have a sit down talk with your daughter, or how does this work, Stacey?
We just ignore it.
You just ignored. I tell you what, I wish Stacey would have raised me that.
No.
My mom and dad would not have ignored that. No, that would have been handled in several different ways. The first one would have been a beating, of course, that would have happened. As it happened, then they would have figured out how I pay them back for this, which would have been cash or work. Yeah,
I don't think she got in too much trouble for that, but the front door, the first one was an accident. She had a roller skate in her hand, and it went through the door when she was trying to go in. And then the other one happened this year. She went outside to tell her boyfriend goodbye and locked herself out of the house. And from where our bedroom is, we couldn't hear her knocking to get back in. And she ended up breaking the glass to get into the house.
huh? Yeah.
So, pretty much she's just destroyed our doors. And then we did have a cat that ended up in our ductwork once, because my husband didn't one of the vents had come off and he hadn't put it back up yet, and one of our cats got in there.
Did it find its way out? You put like food down or something and find its way out, or?
No, that's why our house smells so bad to this day.
Oh my gosh!
Okay. Yeah, we got it out, but
Stacey, cracking jokes.
That was real.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, well, that's just a rotting cat in our wall.
Just a rotting cat. The stench will go away eventually.
no, he made it out.
He made it out. Okay. All right. Lenny, how about you? Anything almost a disaster?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot, and they could be called disasters. A lot of them also are now taking place at Deerhammer, because it's been like 10 years of huge chunks of my time being at the distillery, which is much more prone to disaster for obvious reasons. A couple popped in my head after listening to you guys. This one was kind of recent. This was funny, and this was actually sort of at home. When was it? November. I took my dad, who's all of 76, and I flew him out to Maine, and him and I just hung out there for a week. And we got to the house, and it's a tall house. It's not that big, but there's a lot of stairs, and ultimately there's a roof deck up top. So the first thing we did was we go in the house. I kind of showed him around, and I was like, "Hey, let's check out the roof deck. It's still light out." We go up there, and he shuts the door behind him, which I would never think to do. He also locked the door behind him, which like, why? There's no one. You don't need to do that. And I've never locked that door. There's no way to get down from the roof deck, and it's I don't know, 50 feet off the ground, maybe more. Yeah. It's really tall. So when I realized that happened, accusatorily, I was like, "Dad, why would you do that?" Not that that's going to fix the matter. And he was like, "I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do." And so I remembered there being a key there. So I tried the key and it didn't work. So I just kind of stopped. I was like, "Well, fuck." I looked over the edge of the railing. I was like, I don't see how I could possibly scramble 50 feet down. There's nothing I could jump. So I started thinking, I'm going to have to call someone, and I don't know who. Maybe I'll call the fire department and say, "Hey, can you come in my house? Let me back in and I'll make a donation." And before deciding to that, I just kind of wiggled the key enough that like it was kind of corroded from being in the ocean air, and we did get back in. So I didn't have to like ninja my way down from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another one that I won't tell the whole story, but the short of it is I don't drive Amy's car very often. And when I do, I'll leave the lights on by mistake and they don't shut off by themselves. Not too long ago, I had set my wallet down in the console. And when I shifted the car into park, it didn't quite make it into park because my wallet was blocking it. And I was standing there behind Deerhammer, and it popped back into reverse, and the car just started driving away. And me and Nick, who took all that time off, right. He was like, "Dude, your car." And we're just watching it because what are we going to do? You can't I couldn't run fast enough to jump in there. So we watched, and it hit a telephone pole. But had it not hit that telephone pole, it would have gone straight into the neighbor's yard and into their house. So it was like 3 feet.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I think that's a avoided catastrophe right there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, minor dent in the back of Amy's car, which she was thoroughly pissed about. But I mean, like the disaster.
You're always in trouble for it. You never worry about getting in trouble because you're always going to be in trouble for something else. So yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if it went through someone's house, it would have been a different story.
I mean, it's a shitty house, but still.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. There's our examples of crisis avoided. And I think you guys did a good job. You came up with some good stuff. So it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with Beka this time. Beka, what do you got?
I've got another sample I pulled out. This one is sample 604.
Okay. Okay. Better than the last one. Not great, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Lenny, you're next.
I've got a recent bottling of Deer Hammer Straight Pot Still Rye.
Oh,
Very good, actually. Very good. That's going to be tough to beat. So,
oh, good one.
yeah. That's not like Lenny there. So, how about you, Stacey? What do you got?
I've got a Deer Hammer Hickory Smoked Whiskey.
Oh, nice. No, not enough. Not enough to take over. Lenny's got the lead. I still get to go, though. I've got Remus Volstead Reserve here. Beautiful bottle for sure. So here we go. Decent. Second place, though. So, yeah, Lenny clearly grabs first place there. So cheers to Lenny.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about Key West and what we would do if we were going to start a distillery there. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. We are also sponsored by Moonshine University. This longtime partner for the ABV Network helps educate individuals looking to get into the distilled spirits business, service industry employees looking to expand their knowledge, and individuals simply wanting to know more about the process and history of the spirits industry. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at Moonshine University, and it's something I continuously draw upon and connect with fellow graduates. Check out their full listing of classes, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes, and more at moonshineuniversity.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, back to the show.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about our Key West distillery.
Coming soon, folks. Get ready. Not really, but it's fun to talk about. So what would we do if we had a distillery down there? Lenny, you own a distillery. So what would some things that you would bring to the distillery? But again, knowing it's kind of a totally different setup. Key West, kind of very laid back. I think, first of all, we need to specialize in rum. We may do some whiskey and stuff like that. That's okay. But I think we're wrong out of the gate if we're like, we're a whiskey distillery first. I think we got to look at rum and maybe even some vodka for cocktails on that. But
No way.
Yeah,
Steve,
I think you got to do something.
Do absinthe. We're in Key West.
Key West, yes, absinthe is good. Yeah, I agree. Absinthe, good.
Yeah, I feel like, let's just say it's got to be a fairly small scale operation. We're not going to be the next like giant production facility. So if it's going to be small scale, while not necessarily trying to hang our Tommy Bahama on being the first to do something, Is there any other floating distillery? Like, could it be on a water-based vessel of sorts?
A boat? You mean?
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, a boat, a barge. I don't know, a floating shipping container. I have no idea.
Okay. So if we got an old barge, we could call it an island then, versus like a boat, which would be kind of cool, right? We could have some sort of experience on the barge.
Yeah, and if it burns down, it's not that big of a deal either.
No, heck no. Yeah, no big deal.
So we probably don't need fire suppression.
Yeah.
No sprinklers needed. So
No sprinklers. Yeah. Yeah. You just let it go. It starts burning. Just cut the cord and just let it go. Just let it sink.
And like really back in the day, I don't know what they called this operation, but there were carts that went, farm to farm and were mobile still operations on an old cart. Maybe that was a European thing, not so much an American thing.
Okay.
Cart. Certainly we could do it on a boat. I think
my husband almost bought one of those.
Oh, wow. So
that's cool.
He saw one online in Europe and was like, should I buy this? And I'm like, for what? I don't know what for.
If he bought it and put it on a boat to bring it here, it could have stopped in Key West, and that would have been.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I discouraged him.
Go rekindle that fire.
Yeah, that hurts, but we're going to make it past that. I feel like we can do this. So I like the idea on a boat. That's a good idea. Captures the essence of being in Key West.
We also have to have like an amazing tasting / cocktail room.
Yes, I think so too. I think that's important.
Like nice handcrafted, because there's some distilleries that like I don't necessarily expect craft cocktails at all distilleries. But there's some that it's like you do, like I don't need a craft cocktail like a Maker's Mark or Buffalo Trace, because like I'm just kind of going to like get the experience of going there, tasting a few things, that's it. But there's some places where you go to where it's like you want to get a craft cocktail there because maybe they don't have as much to look at, or just where it's at in general, you want like really nice cocktails. And so
Right.
you have a nice cocktail bar inside of the distillery.
Okay, I like it. What if, because we're out in the water, one of the big attractions is the southernmost point, the buoy. What if we find ourselves south of that and we have a tourist destination of south of the southernmost point of the United States? That's like our distillery, their big thing, because we're out in the water. Technically, this could become a huge thing for us, don't you think?
We call our distillery the
south of the southernmost point or something like that.
The actual southernmost point.
Right. I think this could be big for us.
Or maybe we do it illegally and wear pirate attire, but we don't have to pay excise tax.
We don't pay excise tax. That'll last a long time.
I mean, if we're like 3 miles outside of it, like we're not actually part of any country.
We're on international waters, you're saying? Yes.
Yeah. So where would we have to pay taxes to?
Yeah. Well, it's a good point. Yeah. Of course, people know that then we also have no legal repercussions when they rip us off. So, yeah, good luck with that. We'll meet actual pirates then.
Well, but if we have the right people, like certain distillers that may be good,
like the police, we'll have Neely's guarding us full time.
We actually call it the 3 Mile South Distillery.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad. Yeah.
Like
3 Miles South.
3 miles south. That'd be good.
Absinthe.
Yeah, we got to have a cocktail rum and a sipping rum.
A drive-up cocktail bar with like for boats to land at.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, drive by. Maybe a slushy rum. Maybe the most robust slushy cocktail program in all the land.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think, Stacey? What should we have?
We need places to stay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's a boat. We could have a couple visitor cabins on board, I think.
Well, Airbnb.
Rent places and then maybe make it a work.
That'd be kind of nice.
Work exchange.
Yeah. They have to do some work for us. Yeah.
Maybe a helipad.
Swab the deck. Yes. Yeah, I like it.
I'd like to have a nice restaurant too.
Okay. Well, food is good. Yeah.
You can catch fish.
Catch fish. Yeah. Fresh seafood. Yeah.
I'm stuck on this pirate thing. I feel like we need a plank, even if no one walks it. Maybe it's a diving board.
Just in case.
Just in case. Have the plank. Okay.
You never know when you need a plank.
I don't think that's a bad idea. Have a
We should
plank.
maybe employ some pirates.
Some what?
Some pirates. We need
Some pirates.
in our employ.
So almost like a show type with pirates?
No, just like actual pirates.
Actual pirates.
We're actually terrified that they might kill us at any time, but they're there for security purposes. And we think they're loyal enough to us that they won't murder us.
You know what it could be like? Sometimes I have friends from like Philly or whatever city come out here, and they'll see a guy wearing Western attire, cowboy hat, whatever, and they'll look at them and go and ask me, "Are they serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, they work on a ranch. I know what to tell you. Like that, they're a cowboy." And maybe it's like that. Maybe they actually are pirates, but people look at them and are like, "Is that guy really a pirate? Did he just get off his Harley? Like, what's going on here? Like, why?" But maybe it's Bronner. I feel like he'd make not only a good representation on a dollar bill, but a pirate.
He'd be a good pirate. Yeah. He's kind of got the look going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he could use the work. So that'd be good. He could use the work. He's got 2 kids in Catholic school. He needs extra money coming in. So, yeah.
Maybe some good collaborations too, like with, of course, there's the Never Moved Forward ABV Network Rum Project. But if that ever happens, that's there.
Yeah.
We could probably rope Rolling Fork into some collaborations.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we got to have Rolling Fork involved.
You could kidnap Turner Walton.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, that would be good.
Make him work on the distillery boat.
Oh, this sucks.
Goddamn, this fucking sucks.
This fucking sucks.
I'm getting fucking seasick.
Yeah, I think we might have something here. I mean, yeah. So we'll scout some locations while we're in Key West. So
we don't have to scout it. We just the ocean. I mean, which part of the ocean is all we gotta go.
Well, we'll look see if there's any boats for sale.
Barges, Steve. We gotta go scout out barges.
We got a barge. We got to get an anchor. We need an anchor. So So
Steve,
that'll be
got
good.
A friend with a really nice boat. We can commandeer it. Still on the pirate theme.
We can.
We'll just take that guy's boat too. Yeah, we'll take Chuck's boat. Yeah, that'll be good.
Why don't we just be pirates? I don't know why we wouldn't just quit our jobs and just become pirates. We distill and sell pirate liquor.
Yeah, it seems like the place to be, Key West.
And have an Airbnb on the pirate ship. But whatever, that's fine. That's not
all of our marketing is low key. It's just like walking around and be like, "Hey, you want some real pirate booty? We've got all kinds of stuff out there." So
might get some weird clientele if we tell them there's pirate booty out there.
Well, there's pirate booty. Yeah, who knows who's going to show up?
I heard. Okay. That Fantasy Fest would be a real thing down on.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might have something. We'll have to see. It's certainly up for a discussion. So yeah, we'll have some fun in Key West talking about that. Stacey's not showing up though. She's apparently too busy.
Oh, I suck.
Yeah, you got to go next year. It's basically Key West is a weekend trip anyway. So you're saying, well, you like weekend trips. Key West, you can only do so much, Stacey. It's like the drinking Olympics. So it's not like you want to go down there for like 10 days or something. You'd be dead. Yeah, it's just, a nice long weekend is it's the way to go. So, all right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Lenny, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer. On the webs at deerhammer.com. We can also order all Deerhammer whiskey, and you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right. Stacey.
You can find me on Instagram at Stacey's Share.
Okay. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me looking for the Pirate Barge Distillery down in Key West. You can also find me at Neely Family Distillery and on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you to please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least, at the top of the show, I mentioned investment opportunities at the new liquor store concept, the Abv Barrel Shop, being launched in 2022 by myself, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton. We are crowdfunding some of the capital needed to open the store. Not only does it offer a return on your investment, but a lifetime of status and benefits at the store. Of course, this investment is a loan and involves a high degree of risk, which may not be suitable for all persons. Prospective investors should carefully evaluate the risk and merits of an investment, should confer with their own legal and financial advisors, and should be able to bear the risk of the loss of their investment before considering the investment described herein. If you would like more information, contact us via the under construction website at abvbarrelshop.com and fill out the form.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.